Okay, so going over the list, this is the first place list. So we have the Meganko list. It's playing 3 Nib, the Gen Ken, 2 Fire Flint Lady in the deck. I don't know like exactly what the correct ratios on the Meganko cards are. Only playing 1 Ceremony in their list. I'm pretty sure that Ed was playing 2. I think I remember that. Maybe I'm wrong though. Thrust, Talents cards are like always live with these 2. And you can always get to these with a sold. Pretty cool. Okay. Gosh, I can't believe the Acid Golem combo is like an actual thing. Where you YuGiOh pass over Acid Golem and then they can't play. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. So did you say my Gakko? No, I said Meganko. I don't know how you got that, but okay, yeah. Soul. This card is also so crazy because your deck just naturally plays equip spells and warriors. But on to the second place list. Okay, we got Manium. So let's see, anything crazy? 2 Starfrost, 2 Samsara. We've been seeing 2 Starfrost become more popular. I feel like this is probably the ratio most people are going to start playing, especially with Samsara also being a Visa Starfrost monster. And you just have so many ways to search this too. And then Fenrir, Scareclaw, overplaying the Hero Lives, Veiler, Ash, Droll, Imperm. So getting to play 3, 6, 9, 12 going second cards, on top of getting to play 3 Fenrir, and doesn't play Pressured Planet though, with the Terraforming. So doesn't play the Pressured Planet to also make Terraforming more of a, you know, quote-unquote going second card. Would rather have the space for hand traps and stuff, and then plays 2 Absession, 1 Imaginings, 2 Arrival, 2 Primitive. Yeah, I like the 2 Arrival, 2 Primitive. Like, I see a lot of people claim Primitive down the 1, but I don't know. I really like the follow-up that having multiple this gives you. In, like, your combo deck, having, like, the follow-up with this and the multiple Astrolabs, like, it's pretty nice. And SP coming back. And then, let's see, extra deck. We got Dweller in the extra deck. Is there something missing? Let's see. Dupe. Okay, so signed to play Chaos Angel, doesn't play like the Sword Soul Synchro or anything like that. Dweller, Lightheart, SP, Appaloosa, Cross Sheep. Feels like there's something else that's normally in the extra deck. I mean, Dweller's obviously taking up some spot. I just can't see what it is. Alright, I guess it doesn't matter that much. But on to the next list. Also, why is there so much Spellbound in these lists? There's so much Spellbound. Dark Charmer. Yeah, not playing Dark Charmer. Unicorn. But Spellbound? Why is this being played so much? Because this was in the first place list too, right? That was in the first place list. So it was in the first and the second place list. Okay, onto one of the top 4 lists. We only got one of the top 4 lists. We have Tearlaments. Let's see, standard tier things. You know, one of 2 Rhino, Tash Q, or that said Cash tier Cash, Denier, Malleys, Mills, 1 Mothman, 1 Nessie. Alright, I mean, it does give you more darks to make Mud Dragon, which you do need. And then it also gives you another Aqua for Kaleido, but 1 and 1. Not normal. Hollow Beast, Shyama, 2 Diviner, just some more normal summons. That's, you know, good starter, really good with Cross Sheep too. Even though I feel like, I don't know, this card doesn't actually get summoned that much. But if you do have Diviner in Graveyard, it does make this card a lot better. Then 2 Fenrir, only 2 Fenrir, no Pressured Planet, nothing like that, okay. Does play the Terraforming, Foolish Goods, Heartbeat, Grieve, 3 Screen, 2 Soulic, Meta Noise. So playing a lot of the spells and traps in their deck compared to a normal list. But that's fine. I mean, if you milk, like, I don't know, this list is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. But it's fine. There's like 1 Talents in it, 2 Super Poly. Side decks 1 Thrust. Doesn't have the 3rd Super Poly anywhere. Oh, okay. RIP to the deck. Scrap this list respectfully. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was the top 4 of the YCS. Come on now. Top 4 of the YCS. Let me go back to it real quick. I hate when DB does that. I mean, it's definitely a weird list. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like a lot of it. They're also playing Window in the extra deck. Okay, Dweller in the side. Doesn't play Dark Charmer. Doesn't play Dark Charmer. Doesn't play Dark Charmer in your tier deck, but you play Underworld Goddess? Nah. I don't believe this person got top 4 at the YCS. There's no shot you don't play Dark Charmer, right? That card's so crazy. Oh, SP. What am I talking about? There's no SP in here either. They're balling on a budget. They said Underworld Goddess. Ooh, I'll put that in over SP. Sounds crazy, but okay. Top 16. Or wait. Top 8. Yeah, top 8. So we got Rescue Ace. Playing the Fire Engine, 1 Fire Engine, 1 Impulse. Doesn't side deck any more Impulse. 2 Black Witch. Doesn't play the Spell or Trap one, like the one to put to the Spell and Trap zone. And 3, 5, 8, 11 hand traps. And we still have Called by Talents, 2 Econ. Okay. Doesn't play Prosperity. Yeah, doesn't play Prosperity. Which, if you wanted to, you could change some of your non-engine, and then you could play Prosperity, and because, you know, as long as you play stuff to hit off Prosperity, like, can become those cards. So if there's, like, Imperm in the deck, or maybe Droplet or something, you know, just cards like that, then you can Prosperity into them, and get to play that also for more consistency. And then maybe change up the list a little bit. Yeah, the 1 Fire Engine, 1 Impulse. Okay, we got another top 8 list. We got Unchained. So this list looks pretty standard. Is playing the Disaster in the deck. 3 Nib, 3 Ash. Okay, so plays the 1 Thrust, 1 Talents. Okay, usually the 1 Thrust, 1 Talents was played in the other list because they were trying to play 40 with no Disaster, but then they threw Disaster in and still played those 2. Alright, the 3 Mistaken Arrest. This card is crazy. Also helps a lot against Flunder, which I feel like if I was at this YCS, maybe I would expect a lot of Flunder, or at least some Flunder for sure, and be more prepared for it. You know, they got the Mistaken Arrest, Droll, Droplet, tons of cards that are pretty decent against Flunder. Extra deck. Okay, yeah, the 1 SP. Plays the Darius, which once again may come up more with there being like Flunder and more Rogue and stuff like that. Okay, on to top 16 now. We have this tier list. 3 Rhino, 2 Diviner, 1 Mothman, 2 Nessie. Okay, so this time we see 2 Nessie instead of 1. And then Shadow Beast, no Hollow. Shadow Beast gets you more value on average than Hollow would, I would say. There's a lot of times where you mill Hollow, then you're using Hollow to mill 1 more card. And I feel like you just get like Beast Draw there. Hollow's still a good card, but I think Beast is probably just better overall. And they're not playing like Phoenix Rhino or anything. And then 3 Nib, good Tout Dweller, also 3 Talons. Okay, so those are the non-engine. Plays Heartbeat in the deck. Foolish Goods. Scatter Shot for time, of course. Gotta have that. Gotta be prepared for time. This player actually plays the SP, the Dark Charmer and the SP, the Toad package, has Dweller in the extra deck, Beatrice, Redoer. How not to draw double Malicious? Nah, it's fine. If you draw double Malicious, and you just hit a tier name, you put back, and then Dangerous, discard the other Malicious, dump Denier, and you're cooking, and you still got Beatrice. Is DDD package mandatory in Unchained? Kinda. I mean, I wouldn't say it's absolutely mandatory, but you'd probably have to find something to help make your engine more consistent if you weren't playing it. And then we have another top 16 list. We got Purrely. I mean, you know, engine-wise... Oh, never mind. Plays 2 Trap card. Other than the Trap card, though, yeah, standard engine. You know, other than that. And then standard extra deck too for like the purrely stuff. But we got 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Droll, 3 Fenrir, 2 Imperm, 2 Talons. So 2 and 2. Imperm is like a little bit of a weird hand trap in this deck, I guess, compared to the other ones, because you can't draw into it in the standby phase. So it seems like Nib was main deck a lot. Yeah, Nib's pretty good. Nib's pretty good. Side deck Lava Golem, Shifter. I do like that this deck can play Shifter, because you can just drop it and then play happy. Summon Limit. Yeah, every purrely list is pretty much playing this card now, it seems like. And then main deck Droll, though. Main deck Droll is a little bit weird, but, you know, I guess could be very good. Also, drawing this off of New War is nice. Trying to just not lose that turn. And then next list, we have top 32 list now. So, you know, we don't have every list from Top Cut. Most of them aren't out yet. But okay, now we got top 32 list. We have the Bestial Horus deck. This is pretty much a copy of the list that topped YCS Indie. And hopping right in, we got the Red MD package, the Bestial engine, okay, the one of Seyfried for Seal, Glory, Happy, the Resonator cards with the Crimson Gaia, and then some hand traps, just a bunch of hand traps, talents and stuff. Have people found the best Sark ratios yet? No, it's been changing a bunch, but it's also different for different decks. And then also like the Horus stuff has gotten like quote unquote better over the last like week, just because like if people are playing less tier, then you can activate Zombie Vampire more without getting punished from them like milling tier stuff. But okay, side deck plays 2 Karma Cannon with 1 Thrust. I don't know if this was in the other list, but it just doesn't seem right. But I guess it's probably fine, because you can set up enough follow-up plays in this deck and enough interruptions to where, like, if you flip a Karma Cannon, you probably win. But probably better to just, like, flip up, like, a different trap card, right? Like, maybe a Floodgate or something, like Anti-Spell. And then we got Zombie Vampire, Hope Harbinger isn't playing the other one, the like Lord Tachyon Galaxy one. But I guess it makes sense, because in this deck you want Hope Harbinger with Seal. That's like the classic combo, just because Seal has 0 attack. So usually Battle Phase forces it, but if you have Hope Harbinger, they have to attack this, so then they can't force Seal anymore. Okay. Looking at the extra deck, no access code or anything like that. The deck does have, like, you know, it's all naturally big bodies, like, you know, 3,000, 24, 25s, 3,000, and you got a bunch of big extra deck monsters, so I could see how it's not a problem to go for game without access code or Boral Sword or anything like that. You know, you also don't have Boralend in this deck because you're not playing the Rockets. But on to the next top 32 list. We got like 4 more lists. Not too many more. Double Karma Can would make more sense with Gamma. Makes sense, but why would you play 2? Maybe it was just space. So is this YCS Indie? No, this was the YCS that happened this weekend. That was one, or like last weekend. That was one by Mekanko. Then we got Rescue Ace. Playing the 2 Hydra in the list, 1 Impulse, no Fire Engine, playing the Assault package, which, you know, does take playing a awkward card in your deck and then a semi-awkward card in your deck, but it does make your end board, like, game. Getting to end on SP, Baron, plus combo, like, that's just game. And you can get there with just 1 Airlifter. And then 3 Ash, 3 Fenrir, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm, so 12 non-engine in the deck. Only deciding to play 2 Prosperity, but that's like fine. The deck should have enough consistency anyways. You know, we have 3 Wanted posters, Snake Eye, the Black Witch, Rhoda, Emergency, Durendal, like literally this whole row is just like consistency. And then we have Airlifter up there too. And then we have 2 Prosperity, and this can also hit stuff like Fenrir, Imperm, Impulse to help try to push through a board. So, not bad, not bad. I like seeing that amount of non-engine in the main deck, the 12. And then you also have, like, Impulse. I wouldn't say this is really, like, a hand trap, but you could drop it on the opponent to get your engine going, which is nice, because it's not like you're going to bring out... We don't have fire engines, so it's not like we can do that and start getting our engine rolling like that, like, nicely. And then we got Evenly in the side with Thrust, Heraldry Abyss. Yeah, having Heraldry Abyss plus Thrust somewhere in your list I feel like is kind of important right now. Purrely's a pretty big deck. I think it's probably going to continue to be played. I think people are going to keep playing it. It'll probably be pretty popular in the Richmond too. So having Thrust, Heraldry Abyss. If I was going to the event, I would 100% have these two cards on my deck list. And then Drolls, Cowboy for time, of course. Mud Dragon for the proxy and Dweller combo. Baron for the Assault combo, and then Assault. Selene, access code. No Appaloosa in the deck. If you play Appaloosa, you cut Anima, but they don't want to cut Anima, which is fair. People still might play into this card, and you can catch them slacking. And then, let's see, we got number 3. It's also a spellcaster, so it can make Selene, which is nice. But I guess you're probably just always using a Charmer for that anyways, like almost always. And then another top 32 list, we have Manium. And then 3 Samsara, 2 Starfrost, 2 Rykart, okay, Ash, 2 Obsession. Okay, doesn't play Imaginings to draw or anything. 2 Primitive, 2/2, 1 Pressure playing with the Terraforming. 3 Imperm, 3 Ash, 3 Droplet. So this person's only playing 9 non-engine, but they're also main decking the Reframing. They're playing a Prosperity in the deck. Oh wait, this is Patrick Hoban's list. I just realized that because I watched his deck profile. But yeah, playing Reframing in the main deck, playing Prosperity, playing the Pressured Planet, playing 40 cards. Then we got side deck Shifter. I mean, the deck can play good enough under Shifter, so it's fair. And you can like really hurt some other decks like tearlaments and stuff. Droll, Pankratops, Veiler, Dweller, Cowboy. Yeah, side deck and extra deck monsters people think is weird, but like you always see them. I don't know, like if you side in like a Pankratops, right, you may never even see this card, but if you side in a Dweller, you always have access to it, so that's kind of nice. Feels a little bit bad because like, you know, you could have fit it into your extra deck potentially, but you could just side it in. Probably just like side in Dweller, Cowboy when they go first over the Sky Crisis. And then, let's see, is there anything weird in the extra deck? We got Omega, the Sword Soul, some backer removal called by. Doesn't Selene need to summon in defense? I didn't mean Selene summon Anima. I meant like use Anima to summon Selene because it needs a spellcaster. And then onto another top 32 list, we have Sprite Adventure. My gosh. Okay, so we have the Sunfish in the deck, Beaver, Angler, Foolish, Fateful Adventure. This is like, if there was like 5 cards less, this would be like the same list from like a year ago that people were playing. Double Cross in the main deck. I mean, fair enough, we're playing 50. Better draw it. I mean, you know, you don't want to draw it, but you can search it. You got Summon Limit, Anti-Spell for going first, Shifter, Thrust, some going second stuff. Help beat Purrely. I mean, I don't have too much to say about the deck. Like, it's not a good deck, obviously. I mean, we have 3 Ash, 3 Droll, Talents, Droplet, Imperm, Evenly. Prosperity can also hit a lot of this non-engine too. We have Fateful Adventure. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem that good. Swap Frog. It's like, it's probably good enough though, right? Probably good enough. When you go first, it's like good enough. When you go second, it's probably gonna be a struggle a good amount of the time. But you have a bunch of non-engines, so maybe you can like non-engine break stuff, activate Fateful, and then, you know, have starter. But okay, on to the next top 32 list, and the last top 32 list that we have Labyrinth, Playing 1 butler in the deck. Oh, I thought this was furniture at the beginning, but it's not furniture. I'm kind of confused on why it's like half furniture, half trap. I don't even know. It's literally just half furniture, half trap. They only play 2 Stovey, 1 Clue Clock, 3 Chandelier, 1 Butler. So they pretty much play like all the furniture. But then they play like a bunch of trap cards next to it. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you get the main deck 8 Floodgates, and then you have like a pretty decent engine. I mean, you expect something like this to top, like something like one of this, or something like this to top like every YCS. It was also only a 250 person YCS, which is a very small YCS. It doesn't mean it's a bad YCS by any means. I wouldn't know because I don't know all the players' names. Like, I can't recognize a lot of them. But usually, if it's like a 250 person YCS, you'll still have you'll still have like all the good players still going to that event. So if you have like 100 players going to a 250 person YCS, it's going to be a lot harder than 100 good players going to, like, let's say 1,000 person YCS, because odds of you playing against a good player just goes like way down. So it doesn't mean it's a bad YCS, but obviously I don't know, because I don't know the people's names. But okay, that is going to be it for going over all those decks on from that YCS. I don't even remember the YCS's name, but that's going to be all the deck lists that we have currently public.